He stole $65 billion, and nobody noticed for 30 years.
He was not a criminal from the start. He was a Wall Street legend. Trusted by banks. Trusted by charities. Trusted by Hollywood celebrities. Trusted by Holocaust survivors. Who gave him their life savings. For 30 years. He looked every single one of them in the eye. And lied. Not millions. $65 billion. Stolen. From real people. With real lives. His name was Bernie Madoff. And this is the largest financial fraud in the history of the world. Bernard Madoff grew up in Queens, New York. Working class family. No connections. No inheritance. In 1960, aged 22, he started his own investment firm. With $5,000. Saved from working as a lifeguard. $5,000. He was smart. Charming. And he understood one thing. Better than almost anyone on Wall Street. That wealthy people do not just want returns. They want to feel special. Exclusive. Chosen. So Madoff made his fund invitation only. You could not just walk in. You had to be referred. You had to be approved. Suddenly, everyone wanted in. He became chairman of NASDAQ. One of the most respected men in American finance. Presidents knew his name. Regulators trusted him. Billionaires begged for access. And all the while, quietly, in a separate office on a separate floor, something else entirely was happening. What Madoff was running is called a Ponzi scheme. The concept is simple. You take money from new investors and use it to pay returns to existing investors. No actual investing happens. No stocks. No trades. Just moving money in circles. As long as new money keeps coming in, the scheme survives. The moment it stops, everything collapses. Madoff ran his for 48 years. 48. The longest Ponzi scheme in recorded history. He had a separate floor in his office. The 17th floor. That almost no one was allowed to enter. Inside, a small team generated fake trading statements. Fake account balances. Fake profits. All printed. All mailed. All completely fabricated. Clients received statements showing steady returns of 10 to 12%. Every single year. Regardless of what the market was doing. When markets crashed, Madoff's clients still saw profits. That was the red flag. That nobody wanted to see. Because the returns were too good. Too consistent. Too perfect. One analyst, Harry Markopoulos, figured it out in 4 hours. He reported Madoff to the SEC, the financial regulator, 5 separate times, over 9 years. The SEC investigated and found nothing. Because they did not know what they were looking for. Or perhaps because Madoff was simply too trusted to be guilty. Behind every number, there was a person. A retired teacher. Who had saved her entire life. Gone. A charity for Holocaust survivors. Wiped out overnight. A children's hospital foundation. Suddenly unable to pay its staff. Elie Wiesel. Nobel Peace Prize winner. Holocaust survivor. Lost his entire foundation. Over $14 billion. In real money. Belonging to real people. Was simply gone. The rest of the $65 billion. Was fictional profit. That had never existed. Numbers on fake statements. Some victims lost everything. Their retirement savings. Their homes. Their futures. 3 people connected to the fraud took their own lives, including Madoff's own son, Mark, who had turned his father in and could not live with what his family name now meant. This was not a victimless crime. It never is. In 2008, the global financial crisis hit. Markets collapsed worldwide. Investors panicked. And suddenly, thousands of Madoff's clients wanted their money back. At the same time, the new money stopped coming in. And the scheme that had survived for 48 years collapsed in days. Madoff went home, sat his 2 sons down, and told them everything. His sons called the FBI that night. The next morning, federal agents knocked on his door. Madoff answered. They asked, "Is there an innocent explanation for any of this?" He said, "No. There is not." He was arrested on the spot, aged 70 years old. In 2009, he was sentenced to 150 years in prison. The maximum possible. The judge said. It was necessary to send a message. Bernie Madoff died in prison in 2021. Aged 82. He never saw freedom again. Bernie Madoff teaches us one of the most uncomfortable lessons in the history of money. If something looks too good to be true, it always is. Steady returns. No losses. No bad years. These are not signs of genius. They are red flags. The second lesson is harder. We want to believe in people we trust. Madoff's victims were not stupid. They were human. They trusted a man who had spent decades earning that trust, specifically to steal it. Question everything, especially the things that feel too safe. This has been Untold Chapters. Subscribe. The next chapter is waiting.